This is Building a Better Marketing System, Customer Segments. I'm Bruce May, the founder of BizParity and your instructor for this series. Our Building a Better Marketing System educational series is divided into 5 courses that explore the most important areas in digital marketing, including key best practices that you need to know to effectively market your business. The 5 courses included in this series are the customer journey, brand marketing basics, digital media strategies, marketing strategies, and building a marketing system. This micro course, Customer Segments, is part of our course, The Customer Journey. This micro course includes 2 micro lessons, defining customer segments and working with customer segments. This video covers our micro lesson, Defining Customer Segments. The following methods describe the most common ways of creating distinct customer segments. Segmentation allows you to develop campaigns that target specific customer segments with information and promotions designed specifically for them. This dramatically enhances the effectiveness of your campaigns. That means you can better manage your budgets and produce higher ROAS. Segmenting your customer base allows you to fine-tune your marketing system. There are many ways to segment your customer base. This first method is based on the customer status. Are they a customer? Are they new to the marketplace? Do they already have a relationship with a competitor? You can run campaigns that target existing customers, which is good for retargeting campaigns and moving prospects into the sales funnel. Based on customer acquisition, businesses trying to gain market share need to continuously acquire new customers, and most businesses need to replace customers that drop off with new customers. You can also target people or businesses that have just moved to your community. This is an effective strategy for businesses like movers, real estate agents, insurance agents, and business models that have strong customer loyalty, because it's easier to acquire a new customer if they're not already working with a competitor. Or you can use campaigns that target and to steal away customers from your competitors. These customers, by the way, are a great source of competitive intelligence. Demographics is the most common method for targeting customers. You can target on classic demographic information like age or generation, gender, interest group, education, income, or culture. Media companies usually offer basic demographic information on their audience segments. Social media like Facebook also allows you to target specifically on customer or demographic information, as well as online behavior, engagements, and interests. You can target based on firmographics, which refer to specific information about a company, even down to individual roles in the company. You can target based on industry, business division, company size by revenue, or company size by number of employees. LinkedIn has a rich selection of audience targeting options based on individual employee information, including job title, job function, seniority, skills, and years of experience. Product categories are a natural way to define customer segments, since different segments will often buy only certain product groups. This is such an obvious way to create segments that you may not even have to think about it much. It's still a good idea to check the data and look for natural customer groupings based on things they buy. Obviously, retail stores have natural target markets based on things like electronics, clothes, food, hardware, and garden supplies, just to name a few. Use common sense and your knowledge of industry products when creating customer segments. Creating customer segments based on needs, goals, and challenges is often done by companies selling to other businesses, but it can also be done by consumer-facing companies. If you have a sales team, understanding how your products or services help your customers overcome their challenges allows you to build better case studies and train your sales staff on how to qualify prospects and manage the sales conversations. Professional market research services may help you better define the needs and challenges that are most important to your customers. Understanding your customers' behavior throughout the life cycle of your products and services can provide you with insights that can greatly improve your advertising campaign strategies. This includes when and how you engage your customers in the sales cycle. When do they buy? Why do they buy? How do their products impact their life or their business? Is this based on need, time of year, or something else? This kind of strategic thinking is part of the process of understanding how the customer journey plays out in your industry and for your business. Don't mix up buying behavior in the customer journey with online behavior that is tracked by Facebook and other online ad networks. Facebook tracks online behavior based on when a customer clicks on your ad, the number of times they visit your Facebook business page, the number of times they visit your website, and also Facebook's audience interests and demographics. As we described in the introduction to our series, Building a Better Marketing System, Facebook AI, called Advantage Plus, tracks thousands of pieces of information about how users interact with you and your ads, even down to the content and offers you use. This massive data analytics is far beyond anything a human could do, and it's largely hidden to you. The best way to test for customer segments is in Facebook is by creating your own audiences for each customer segment. Then using Facebook to do the A/B testing on small variation between ads. But you should always test unique offers or test different audiences manually by setting these up in different campaigns, or at least doing this at the ad set level. Look for our standalone course on Facebook advertising come later in 2025. Local retail typically draws 95% or more of their customers from within 10 miles. Creating customer segments is valuable if you have local, regional, or national customers. Traditional local media is usually limited to broad geographic areas. This can be a good match if the content matches your target market. So compare demographics for local cable TV and radio to see how well they match your customer demographics. Local newspapers are now a hybrid between online and traditional offline mass media. Hearst Newspapers has integrated their distribution tools and online websites with Google Ads, so they can be quite good at reaching audiences in major metropolitan geographic areas. An MGA can cover many additional cities surrounding a major city. Let's take Houston, for example. The Houston metropolitan geographic area includes 9 counties and over 24 smaller cities. Hearst Newspapers has integrated their distribution tools, as we just said, so that you can reach all these different cities and communities. Hearst monthly digital audience reaches over 200 million viewers in the U.S., including newspapers, magazines, and 27 major cities through their digital platform, Very Local. Gannett, which owns USA Today, also owns over 200 daily newspapers and hundreds of weeklies across 46 states. National and regional cable companies have similar reach into cities across the country, offering local audiences within a larger MGA. Hearst Media offers access to streaming platforms like Roku, Sling TV, Apple TV, Android TV, Xbox, Tubi, and more. So don't overlook these media outlets when looking for local advertising opportunities. Search and online display networks allow you to fine-tune your reach to a specific radius or to set up multiple regions, so you can make online media buys that easily target audiences at the local, regional, or national level. When I was doing marketing workshops for local businesses where I live in Montgomery County, Texas, I would use Facebook audience tools to set a pin in Conroe, where I did most of my workshops, and another pin in the Woodlands, which is a master design township that is much larger than Conroe. I would set the geographic distance for Conroe at 10 miles and the Woodlands at about 15 miles. These two circles have a little overlap, as you can see, but that's a good thing because it didn't leave anyone out around the edges. I never had any reason or need to change this once I had set it up. I did create multiple audiences to test for different interests and demographics, but I never had to change the geographic range once I had created it. Creative groupings give you unlimited options for creating customer segments. You can create your own creative groups by understanding your customers, what makes them unique, and what they have in common. This is difficult to define because it depends on the unique characteristics of your customers. These categories can only be defined by coming to know your customers, the benefits they seek, and their perceptions of your business and what you do for them. This illustrates the importance of knowing and understanding your customers. Another reason why it's so important that you listen to the voice of the customer. Try and find out who makes up your customer base. What do they share in common? How are they unique to the general population? You can base a customer segment on lifestyle, subculture, or any meaningful group distinction that they all hold in common. You can create segments based on their response to a test campaign, then decide if they represent a single customer segment or more than one. Test the validity of your customer segments by targeting them in a campaign to see if they respond in the same way. If they do, then you may have a single customer segment. If not, then experiment with finding different ways to test their interests by creating unique offers to give you clues about who they are. Large companies can hire market research firms to drill deeper into their customer segments by using survey techniques that help these companies better define their unique customer segments. But remember, for small business owners, the best way to find out what your customers are thinking is simply by asking them in person. This works well for fine-tuning your customer segments, unless they're so obvious you don't need to think about it. And for some small businesses, they're pretty simple. That completes this micro lesson on defining customer segments. Our next micro lesson, working with customer segments, is coming up next. So see you next time on Building a Better Marketing System. Thank you for joining us.